The most important thing on DayZ is usually not what you have, but how you can get it. And here I'm going to show you some extremely useful loot spots people miss or just don't know about, and all in 2 minutes. If you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. My fire alarm's going off. Should probably look into that. DayZ is filled with places to gather supplies, but one of the most ignored places to get food, tools, clothes, weapons, and so much more is the unassuming little building here. Bus stops are incredible when trying to gear up, and with this gear, you'll slip by smoother than if Puff Daddy himself had brought the baby oil. The devs recently completely changed how loot works around places like the docks, and there's also a big misunderstanding. So, firstly, cranes now produce way more real useful stuff, including rangefinders, which are super useful for sniper runs, but players are too scared to climb up because they're afraid of snipers. But here's the secret: players rarely have decent guns around the coast, and you're usually not worth the bullet, so just take the risk. We all know houses give you some okay stuff, but they take too long to search. However, there is a trick to skipping houses completely while still more or less getting all the exact same loot. Make sure to check here. Cars actually offer some of the same loot in a fraction of the time. But disclaimer, this tip is only meant to be used in DayZ, and any usage in the real world resulting in prison time will not be the responsibility of the streamer who doesn't actually stream. This doesn't work on Chernarus, so keep that in mind. Apartments offer some great loot on Sakal and Livonia, especially to stay warm, and hitting them while looting can give you some really useful stuff. One of the best mid-tier places to hit is also pretty dangerous, so beware. Although the summer camps offer some of the best survival gear on DayZ, they can also include wolves and players, but that hunting gear is really worth it. Everyone knows you can loot trains in DayZ, and they give you some decent clothing and even nails if you're building a base. However, there is one place everyone misses, and with a little bit of skill, you can sometimes double the loot you find. Make sure after you loot the cart, you always loot the front of the train. It seems to have way more potential loot spawns than most carts. But do you have somewhere I've missed? And for way more DayZ tips, click here. Or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.